If you think you've had crispy pork before, you haven't seen what Asia does to an entire pig. Forget your diet. This is the kind of food that makes you question every healthy choice you've ever made. Across Asia, roasted pig isn't just food. It's a carefully engineered masterpiece of crispy skin, juicy meat, and dangerously addictive flavors. Whether it's spinning on spits, roasted in giant ovens, or deep-fried to oblivion, there's one universal truth. Pork should never be this good. We're diving into the crispy, smoky, and absolutely irresistible world of roasted pig. How it's made, where it's sold, and why every bite feels like the best and worst decision of your life. The spectacle. Roasting pig is a show, not just a meal. Roasting a pig isn't just cooking, it's a full-blown performance. Across Asia, from bustling city streets to quiet countryside markets, entire pigs are slowly spinning over open flames, sizzling away in massive ovens, or being torched by hand in ways that would make any dietitian break into a cold sweat. You don't just walk past a roasted pig stall. You stop. You stare. You absorb the beauty of golden brown, glistening, crackling skin. The air is thick with the smoky, fatty perfume of pork fat dripping onto burning coals, creating a scent so powerful that any previous dinner plans you had no longer matter. The vendors, they know exactly what they're doing. Some carefully baste the skin with oil or secret marinades, ensuring maximum crispiness. Others take things to the extreme, wielding handheld blowtorches to ensure every inch of skin is crackling perfection. And if you think that's unnecessary, watch what happens next. The chopping. There's something almost hypnotic about the way roasted pig is cut. Massive cleavers slam down onto crispy skin, sending golden shards flying into the air. Juices spill onto the cutting board, pooling around thick slabs of tender, smoky meat. Every chop is a perfect balance of destruction and precision, a process so visually satisfying that you could watch it on repeat for hours. But this isn't just a meal, it's a ritual. Families gather around whole roasted pigs for celebrations, street food stalls become temporary pilgrimage sites for crispy pork lovers, and tourists find themselves lining up for a plate, fully aware that they're about to make a terrible, delicious mistake. And the best part? This is just the beginning. Because while the spectacle is mesmerizing, it's the taste that makes roasted pig legendary. There's no one way to roast a pig, but Asia has perfected several ways to turn an entire animal into the single greatest thing you will ever eat. Some places prefer slow and steady spit roasting, while others take the more aggressive approach of deep-frying entire slabs of pork like the laws of physics don't apply to them. Either way, the end result is always the same. Unreasonably crispy skin, ridiculously juicy meat, and a guarantee that diets do not exist here. China. The science of crispy perfection. If you want to see a country treat roast pig like a high-stakes engineering project, head to China. Cantonese-style roast pig, or xiaoyuk, is not just food. It's a carefully controlled experiment in skin crispiness. Unlike the more rustic roasting methods in other countries, xiaoyuk is a precise, calculated process. It starts with the pig's skin being meticulously poked with hundreds of tiny holes, a technique that ensures the fat renders evenly, creating a crisp, crackling texture without trapping steam underneath. If you've ever had disappointing, chewy pork skin, it's because this step was ignored. But in Cantonese roast pig stalls, every pore of that pig's skin is accounted for. Once the skin is properly perforated, the pig is air-dried for hours, sometimes even overnight. This step is crucial because any remaining moisture is the enemy of crispiness. While other styles of roast pig rely on basting the skin constantly during cooking, xiaoyuk follows a different approach. The less moisture, the better the crunch. But the real secret? Maltose syrup. Right before roasting, the pig is brushed with a thin, sticky coat of maltose, a type of sugar syrup that caramelizes under high heat. This is what gives xiaoyuk its signature golden, lacquered appearance and creates that shatteringly crisp skin. The pig is then roasted at a carefully controlled temperature, ensuring the fat melts into the meat while the skin turns into a thin, crackling crust. The final step is just as important as the cooking. Unlike other countries where roasted pig is hacked apart in massive chunks, Cantonese-style roast pig is sliced with surgical precision. The crispy skin is often separated from the meat and served in perfectly uniform squares because, let's be real, chaos has no place in a Cantonese kitchen. Every bite of xiaoyuk delivers a loud crunch, followed by the soft, juicy pork underneath. The combination of the salty seasoning, umami-rich fat, and caramelized skin is so addictive that it's nearly impossible to stop eating. It's no surprise that roast pig is a must-have dish at Chinese banquets, celebrations, and festivals, because nothing says prosperity like an entire pig roasted to crispy perfection. Thailand. Deep-fried madness in pork form. Meanwhile, in Thailand, they've decided that roasting isn't extreme enough. Instead, they've gone full deep-fry mode, creating moo krab, or crispy pork belly, a dish so outrageously crunchy that one bite can be heard in another country. The process starts with the pork being boiled to soften the meat while keeping the skin intact. Then, it's left out to dry for hours, because the key to crispiness is removing every possible drop of moisture. But the real magic happens when it's dropped into a vat of bubbling oil. As the skin hits the hot oil, it puffs up like a balloon, forming a thick, crunchy layer that cracks apart with every bite. If you think regular roast pork is good, deep frying it turns it into an actual addiction. Unlike seo yuk, which is usually served as a meal centerpiece, moo krab is often eaten in small portions, either mixed into Thai street food dishes like pad kra pao or stir-fried basil pork, or served with rice and spicy dipping sauce. The texture alone makes it one of the most satisfying foods in the world. Crispy, fatty, and dangerously easy to eat way too much of. Vietnam. The sweet and smoky showstopper. Vietnam's version of roast pig, heo quay, is all about balancing sweet, salty, and smoky flavors to create a caramelized, crackly masterpiece. The pig is marinated in a blend of 5-spice, honey, and soy sauce, giving it a deep, rich flavor that seeps into every bite. Unlike seo yuk, which relies heavily on crispiness, heo quay focuses more on the blend of flavors infused into the meat. Instead of rotating spits, many vendors use huge roasting ovens, creating a more even, slow-cooked crispness that allows the spices to fully develop. The final product has a slightly chewier texture compared to Cantonese-style roast pig, but the flavor is next level, sweet, salty, and with just enough char to make you question whether one plate is enough. If China's roast pig is about perfection and Thailand's is about maximum crunch, Vietnam's is about pure indulgence. Malaysia and Indonesia, the spiced-up whole pig feast. In Bali, roast pig is called babi guling, and it's an entirely different experience. Instead of focusing just on the skin, the whole pig is marinated in a blend of turmeric, lemongrass, chilies, and garlic, creating an explosion of spice that penetrates every inch of the meat. The roasting process takes hours, with vendors constantly basting the skin and rotating the pig over an open flame until it reaches a level of crispiness that can only be described as life-changing. Unlike other roast pig styles that emphasize crispy skin, babi guling delivers flavor-packed bites from both the skin and the meat. If you love bold flavors and enough seasoning to make your taste buds question reality, this is the version of roast pig you need to try. The Philippines, the Lechon Empire. Finally, we have lechon, the roast pig that Filipinos treat with a level of respect usually reserved for royalty. Stuffed with lemongrass, garlic, and other aromatics, the pig is slow roasted over charcoal for hours, constantly basted to achieve that perfect golden brown skin. The best lechon has ultra-thin, crispy skin that shatters with a satisfying crunch, revealing juicy, smoky meat underneath. Some vendors take regional variations even further, with certain provinces using coconut water basting for extra sweetness, while others go all in with fiery dipping sauces that could wake the dead. Lechon is so beloved in the Philippines that entire towns specialize in it, and people will travel ridiculous distances just to get their hands on the best version. Roasted pig isn't just a local delicacy, it's a tourist magnet, an economic powerhouse, and an unstoppable force in the world of street food. Travelers from all over the world flock to Asian food markets just to get a taste of the ultimate crispy pork experience, whether it's seo yuk in Hong Kong, lechon in the Philippines, or babi guling in Bali. Some people travel to entire cities just to try the most famous versions of roasted pig, and for good reason. There's something about watching an entire pig transform into a perfectly crisp, juicy masterpiece that makes you throw all dietary restrictions out the window. And really, it's no surprise. Once you bite into that crackling skin and taste the juicy, smoky layers beneath, it doesn't matter where you are, how full you are, or how many terrible food decisions you've already made that day. The only thing that matters is getting another bite. Because diets are temporary, but roasted pig is forever.